Γεια σου, σας είναι ο JohnyThan εδώ και καλώς ήρθατε πίσω στο That Dragon's Cancer. Την προηγούμενη φορά, παιδιά, για όσους δεν θυμόσασταν τι έγινε, ήμασταν, πώς το λένε, ένα μικρό 4χρονο παιδί που παίζει έτσι με την Τζουλήθρα, με την κούνια μπέλα δεξιά και αριστερά, και μετά βλέπουμε κάτι πινακίδες από ανθρώπους και μικρά παιδιά. Μετά διαβάζαμε κάτι καρτέλες που ανθρώπους μιλάγανε για τον καρκίνο και τέτοια, και τώρα είμαστε στη συνέχεια εδώ που έχουμε ξεχάσει τι θα γίνει. Οπότε πάμε να δούμε μαζί τι είναι. Το είδα, υπάρχουν κι άλλα notes. Υπάρχουν κι άλλα notes εδώ. Ώστε αυτά που έχουν είναι σαν ένα πουλί.
I have so many things stirring around in my spirit that I have to write, to settle myself and find God's wisdom in the midst of chaos. I'm scared I won't be strong enough to face the things we might have to face in the coming weeks and months. But then, I remember how much grace God gave us to walk out everything we've already faced. I've never felt completely overwhelmed, and I've never felt alone. So no matter what comes next, and I truly cannot even begin to guess how this will go, I know we will be carried. I want to shout out, look what God is about to do. Watch how he delivers Joel. And at the same time, I want to roll up in a silent ball and wait it out with fear and trembling, so aware of all my doubt, but yet convinced that my doubt is insignificant compared to God's faithfulness.
Wow. Σε αυτά είναι πράγματι οι κάρτες που έχουν από άνθρωπους που πεθάναν από καρκίνο. Κοίτα εδώ. Μπορώ να πάρω αυτά? Α, όχι, είναι απλώς μπουκάλια αυτά. Οκ. Τι είναι αυτό εδώ? Oh.
Bed.
Joel, lay down. Okay. Should we do a song?
Sure.
Okay, big boys, how you come in here and we'll sing the littles a lullaby.
I'm tired.
I know, it's bedtime. Ugh, okay. Oh, Elijah, lay down.
Babe, did you even check in his mouth?
Joel, no.
Και νομίζω ακούσαμε αρκετά εκεί. Κοίτα εδώ.
Dear Eli, I feel nothing but pride for the way you battled cancer. I remember the way you learned to ride your tricycle down the hospital hallway instead of down the sidewalk like other 3-year-olds. It was hard for me to pray to God, thy will be done, when I really just wanted so desperately for him to heal you. In the 4.5 years that you dealt with harsh treatments, only once did you ask why God let you get cancer. I hope he has been able to explain the why to you, as I have always believed that he knew how strong you were and wanted to use you and your situation to positively impact so many lives. I remember how you never let me go to bed without telling me that you loved me, and how those were your very last words to me.
Wow.
You taught me what was truly important in life, son. Still now, years after you left Earth, people are impacted by your life and the lessons you taught us. Thousands of people from around the world read your blog and still feel such a strong connection to you, even though they never met you in person.
Wow. ώστε πράγματι είναι γράμματα από ανθρώπους που έχουν πεθάνει πραγματικά από καρκίνο. Όπως είχαμε διαβάσει στο προηγούμενο, είναι και αυτό που το έδινε το καρκίνο είναι.
You would be happy to know that we continue to sell the Beat Cancer t-shirts that you love so much. We're still using them to raise awareness and funds for childhood cancer research and family and patient support programs. When you passed away, my greatest fear was that you would be forgotten. So many people still talk about you and how you changed their lives. That is such a precious gift to me as your father. Eli, you truly impacted more lives in your almost 8 years on Earth than many people do in a lifetime.
Wow, 8
I
χρονών
love
παιδί
you,
και
buddy,
πέθανε
and I
από
can't wait to see
καρκίνο.
you again. Love, Dad.
Wow, αυτό ήταν ένα 8 χρονών μικρό παιδί που πέθανε από καρκίνο. Στενάχωρο πράγμα.
We've been through so much already. This is a new degree of tragedy, but it's not so much different from the struggle we've already been living. We pressed into God. We pressed into faith. We fought until we found peace. We stood in peace when our flesh wanted to strive more. We stood in peace when it started to feel like laziness or foolishness or both. We waited for God to direct us specifically in prayer because all the directions we had initiated had not panned out. We prayed for no nausea because that's what we felt in our spirits we were supposed to pray, even though we'd prayed it countless times before while Joel continued to vomit. We saw one small miracle and then another. We waited to pray specific things until we were given specific direction, and we saw bigger miracles. And yet, if you asked either of us if we were doing enough, trying hard enough, we would say no.
Wow. Τι είναι εδώ πέρα? Και πάνω σε έναν πιγκουίνο.
So, how long will we be in California?
California?
I don't actually know. That's kind of why we're packing up everything, is because if the trial works really well.
Και αυτά είναι δηλαδή πράγματα που είχαν στον πραγματικό κόσμο, κάτι.
Like, as long as it keeps helping Joel, then we want to stay and do the best we can for him and stay there where he's getting help. But if the medicine starts to not work, as soon as it's not helping him, I promise we'll come back home.
Are we going to Disneyland?
Yeah, of course.
Disneyland?
What do you think, Caleb? You okay with leaving for so long?
I'm kind of excited, but I'm kind of not. I mean, I think
Ας το πηγαίνουμε στο σωστό δρόμο. Ή και όχι, δεν μπορούμε και να πετάξουμε εδώ. Οκ, πήγα μου λάθος. Όχι, ώστε εδώ έχουμε 2 καινούργια γράμματα. Και μετά έχουμε και εκεί τη συνέχεια. Καλά, δεν θα τα διαβάσουμε όλα.
I had been in this room with my father before, during the brief window where he wasn't dying but was instead getting better. That wasn't the man I saw this time. I saw the other one, the one who cried out and needed holding, the one who fell asleep for 20 seconds and then woke up a different person each time. There was a clear part right in the middle of it, a minute or so, where everything was calm before his tour of hell resumed. That was goodbye, even if no one said it. I don't think I will ever get better after having seen that. I think this is the kind of knowing that stays with you. I can reach into my pocket now and find it there.
Wow.
As this long day draws to a close, I am tired, but not sleepy. My face is puffy from crying. I have a dry throat and dry hands, a slight headache, and a desire to write down absolutely everything. I want to describe the feeling of being entirely empty and entirely resolute. I want to explore how I can be deeply sad and incredibly hopeful at the same time. I want to talk about holding Joel's hand, walking down the hall wanting to soak in the moment, to memorize the feeling of having his hand and mine, to let it matter, and then hating that my thoughts swing to, because what if I can't hold his hand one day? And hating that thought, wishing I could just appreciate each second of Joel without that appreciation spilling into the pre-morning I refuse to do because I believe he will live. But instead of fighting the brief thoughts of mourning, choosing to fight instead that lie that says that those thoughts betray some doubt, some mistrust of God, when I know that those thoughts make me human. That God knows I am human. He doesn't make Joel's victory dependent on me never feeling unsure.
Wow. Αυτό μου θυμίζει και τη δική μου γιαγιά όταν έχει ένα απονεμένο πόδι και προσπαθούσε έτσι να μαγειρέψει, να καθαρίσει. Ναι, είναι πραγματικά δύσκολο. Και πάλι όμως αυτή δεν πέθανε από καρκίνο ή τίποτα, απλά μου θυμίζει και εκείνη το τι δύσκολα πέρναγε στο σπίτι, το ότι έπρεπε να καθαρίζει, το ότι έπρεπε να ράψει και τα παντελόνια του πατέρα μου. Ήταν πραγματικά μια δύσκολη στιγμή. Με συγχωρείς? Εντάξει, δεν θα τα διαβάσουμε όλα. Θα διαβάσουμε είναι αυτά τα δύο μεγάλα μόβια.
The ravenous reverie of waking is but a distant memory. Or was it a dream? I can't remember the last time I woke up hungry. Not so long ago, carefree, welcoming the challenge of yoga on paddleboards, springing through the rain and over puddles at the reservoir track. Weathering several storms since entering the first battlefield over 2 years ago, a succession of precise scalpels, high energy beams, and pharmacological strategies. A journey no one asks for. Still standing, spirit unyielding but not the same. With each treatment an imprint, evidence of what came before. Willing rogue mutinous cells to yield to my current tailored chemical onslaught, stay put and do not multiply. Or better yet, disappear altogether. By the will of God, through the tools of modern medicine, with the support of family and friends. Onward.
Μάλιστα. Υπάρχουν τόσες κάρτες. Κοίτα εδώ. Να δούμε τι λέει αυτό. Είναι απλώς μια ζωγραφιά.
I am at Seattle Children's Hospital, and nobody wants to be here. Even as an internationally recognized temple of healing, every inch of it is terror. Every cubic inch of every room that is not occupied by terrified children and terrified parents is filled to its capacity with a terror wholly unique to that family, which no other person has any power to comprehend. There is art on the walls and rooms which is designed to evoke a jungle of some kind, and I resent it. Every giraffe is my sworn enemy.
Wow.
Even though every natural law indicates it, even though popular culture is rife with examples, even though the arc of his condition moved with haste in a particular direction, specifically down. I was very surprised when my father died. I was surprised that he could. It wasn't merely naivete. Those afflicted with his particular cancer number less than 100. It is the sort of cancer that excites a doctor. One of the things that is so exciting about this cancer is that it apparently didn't form the hard masses we use to find the disease. Rather, it converts the meat of your abdomen into a kind of undifferentiated doom. What might happen is that they will attempt to draw your blood and instead draw out the green syrup that was once your guts. Shortly thereafter, they will tell you and your family that the fight is over.
Πίσω. Οπότε με ένα πουλί.
missing school.
Oh yeah.
Just don't like missing school?
I remember the day I was diagnosed. I remember the hallucinations from the high fever of 5-year-old's nightmares.
Wow.
I remember my mother silently weeping in the doctor's office. I remember friends and family gathered around my hospital bed in prayer. I remember the 2-hour ambulance ride to St. Jude where they could better care for me. I remember the 2.5 years of weekly chemo treatments, the numerous lumbar punctures and bone marrow aspirates. I remember Doctors Bell, Dahl, and Kalvinsky, nurses Jean, Judy, and Dale, Miss Chris in social work, Darlene in travel, all part of the team that cared for me. I am a walking memorial to their successes. I remember the other patients I'd see each time I went to the hospital for chemo. I remember when some stopped coming. I knew what that meant. I remember the years of summer camp for children with cancer, children like me. I remember their laughter and the midnight talks of fears and joys, normal kid stuff. Some less so. I remember when some stopped coming. I knew what that meant. But I remember them. I am, and other survivors are, memorials to those who lost their fights.
Ώστε είναι πράγματι με άνθρωπους που παθάνανε και αυτοί από καρκίνο. Είμαστε στον ωκεανό, είμαστε τώρα.
Oh, her expectation is so maddening sometimes. You know what she wrote on the eve of Joel's first surgery? The one back in January when we first found the tumor? I seriously feel like a kid on Christmas Eve. I'm pleading for God to spare his life. And I'm tempted to despair because self-inspection leads me to conclude I shouldn't expect much of anything. And yet my wife is expecting a surprise party from the Lord, replete with presents, supernatural miracles. I envy her.
Joel, the baby knight.
Hop in bed, boys. Let's go.
Boys, get in bed.
Oh, can you at least tell us a story?
Aww. Τι παίζουμε και ένα παιχνίδι τώρα. Τι, να Dragon's... Σοβαρά.
Sure.
Okay. This is the story of a very brave knight named Joel.
Okay.
Joel the baby knight?
Yes, Joel the baby knight. But he's also Joel the very brave knight. And he was being chased by a dragon named Cancer.
What?
Because of his tumor?
Τι μου λες? Μια ιστορία και να παίζεις ένα βίντεο παιχνίδι ταυτόχρονα.
In a forest.
Is the dragon big?
Very big.
Does the dragon breathe fire?
So much fire, you guys.
Okay, και για κάποιο λόγο με βάλε σε ολοκληρή την οθόνη.
Joel has armor, like a sword and a shield and stuff? Ooh, or maybe a spear?
Yeah, that sounds good. So brave Sir Joel with his sword and his shield and his awesome spear. And his super ability was being chased by a dragon named Cancer.
What other superpowers does he have?
He also has grace.
That's not a superpower.
It's the best superpower.
Do you guys know what grace means?
Yeah, it's kind of like help.
Yeah, it's kind of like help.
Okay, με βοηθά το πουλί τώρα. Ας το παίζουμε ένα παιχνίδι.
No, and he's not the only one who's ever tried to fight this dragon. Some very brave knights have fought this dragon and lost. And some are able to drive the dragon off and taking it home, and if you keep fighting
Και τα βάζουμε με σκορπιούς τώρα.
Joel's been fighting this dragon for a long time, huh?
A long time.
But Joel found a nice empty cave where he could rest. And it seemed like the dragon couldn't find him. But just when he thought that the danger was past, the dragon found his hiding spot and came after him in the cave.
Well, that dragon's going to kill Joel. Joel's going to lose.
Why do you say that?
Because Joel is just a baby. Babies can't kill dragons.
You're right. The baby can't kill the dragon. But that's the best part of this story. God fights for Joel. Fights that dragon cancer right with Joel. And we know that God can win even if Joel can't. That's grace.
Και μπορούμε ακόμα να ρίξουμε τα τέτοια. Αλλά αυτός ο δράκος δεν είναι ψέμα και δεν μας έρθει καθόλου.
What about Tim from church, Mom? He died from cancer. Wasn't God fighting for him? Didn't he have grace?
Of course, God fought for Tim too. Tim fought so well. He was so brave and so strong. God let him rest. It may have seemed like the dragon won because Tim died. We know that Tim's in heaven, that he's with God, that God is so proud of him. Maybe for Tim, getting to be done fighting was
νομίζω πως θα ξαναπεθάνουμε πάλι. Ούτε ο Tim δεν τα κατάφερε. Νομίζω πως έπρεπε να το περάσουμε αυτό, αλλά δεν τα καταφέραμε. Όχι, δεν θέλω να το τελειώσουμε έτσι. Πάμε πάλι πίσω και να προσπαθήσουμε να κερδίσουμε αυτό τον δράκο.
But Joel found a nice empty cave where he could rest. And it seemed like the dragon couldn't find him. But just when he thought that the danger was past, the dragon found his hiding spot and came after him in the cave.
Well, that dragon's going to kill Joel. Joel's going to lose.
Why do you say that?
Because Joel is just a baby. Babies can't kill dragons.
You're right.
Αυτό είναι πρέπει να το πετάμε τα τέτοια του έτσι και ξέρεις σε τα συλλάξει.
But that's the best part of this story. God fights for Joel. So he fights that dragon cancer right with Joel. And we know that God can win even if Joel can't. That's grace.
Well, what about Tim from church, Mom? He died from cancer. Wasn't God fighting for him? Didn't he have him?
Of course, God fought for Tim too. Tim fought so well. He was so brave and so strong. God let him rest. It may have seemed like the dragon won because Tim died. We know that Tim's in heaven and that he's with God and that God is so proud of him. So maybe for Tim getting to be done fighting was
Εμπρός! Αυτό καταρχήν πρέπει να γίνει. Τον πετυχαίνω αλλά και πάλι δεν κάνει το τίποτα. Όλα αυτά πρέπει να γίνει. Αυτό πρέπει να γίνει τώρα. Πρέπει να κοιτάξω κάπου, γιατί απλώς δεν ξέρω. Αυτό πρέπει να γίνει, γιατί είμαι λίγο μπερδεμένος. Τέλος πάντων, θα το κοιτάξω σε κάποια άλλη στιγμή σε ένα βίντεο να δω αν αυτό πρέπει να γίνει πραγματικά.
Ryan! Oh, Ryan, get in the boat.
I can't.
You have to, you'll drown.
We're already drowning. How can you sit there like that?
Despair doesn't help anything.
Neither does false hope. And I'm not despairing.
Έλα τώρα.
How can you say false hope? You're drowning!
Well, you're missing your oars! And you don't even know where you're going. And yet you're so sure you're gonna get there.
It's better than drowning.
Well, enjoy floating on the surface like you always do.
There's nothing deep about drowning. Just get in the boat.
You have to let me feel this! Someone has to.
That's not fair. I love him as much as you do.
Ακριβώς.
I just really believe we're going to be okay.
Δεν τα κατάφερε. Και έχουμε κι άλλα τέτοια να διαβάσουμε.
I'm sure my expectation looks like denial. But seeing Joel dying does not make me any less certain that he will be healed. In some ways, I feel more certain. Not because the same doubts don't come to me, but because I know that they will not be entertained much longer. Because this chapter is almost finished, and we will have an ending one way or the other. So the doubts and fears that make me reaffirm that even if I'm wrong, this is where I stand, become less and less powerful.
Mm-hmm. Ας το τελειώσουμε. Ας το πρέπει να το διαβάσουμε αυτό για να προχωρήσουμε.
People's conciliatory words of comfort meant to reassure us and help us accept Joel's death don't sit well with me. They aren't offensive because I know the heart behind them is good, but they are weak words because it's so obvious to me that death is the given. I don't have to work to be ready for it or accept it. It is coming whether I would accept it or not. It has been coming slowly for so long. I don't have to work to understand that Joel is dying. It is obvious. Heaven is amazing. And so I'm not worried about death. It will come regardless of where I stand and wait. But now, death is circling close enough for redemption to finally feel closer.
Wow. Okay, ξαναβουλιάζουμε πάλι. Αλλά ο Τζολ τώρα πέθανε. Bro, τι γίνεται? χρειάζεται. Απλώς πρέπει να πατάμε γρήγορα το κλικ για να μπορέσουμε να του σώσουμε τη ζωή. Σωστά? Ω, ναι, και νομίζω ότι βουλιάζουμε. Τώρα ότι είναι ένα glitch ή κάτι. Νομίζω ότι είναι ένα glitch. Γιατί κάνεις κολοτούμπες? Εδώ είμαστε πάλι. Νομίζω θα γίνει κάποιο glitch την προηγούμενη φορά, δεν ξέρω τι να πω. Ναι, αυτό έπρεπε να είχαμε κάνει, γιατί το είχα δει και παρακολουθήσει σε ένα YouTube βίντεο. Ναι. Ώστε έπρεπε να βουλιαχτούμε. Αυτό έπρεπε να είχαμε κάνει. Okay, εδώ είναι η συνέχεια.
The sunset looks pretty from here. The orange glow cast on the wall. Better than the muted colors of this hospital. I wonder why they choose blues and greens. They, the ones who choose the colors that heal. Green for life. Blue for comfort. Purple stripes to hide the stains. This chair is too small and sticks to my skin. I hate vinyl.
Γιατί? Ώστε μόνο πρέπει να κάνουμε κλικ και όχι να κουνηθούμε με τα βελάκια. Δικό μου λάθος ήταν αυτό που πριν, παιδιά.
Purple. The ocean maybe? No, under the ocean. Silent, warm, and salty, like tears.
Ναι.
He won't stop crying. I don't blame him. He feels miserable. I hate that we're here. I hate that he's sick. I just want him to feel better.
Δεν είσαι μόνος σου και εγώ θέλω να γίνετε καλύτερα. Σώπα μικρό μου, μη μου κλαις. Wow.
I hate this room. I didn't used to. For a moment it was an adventure. I was cast as the compassionate and caring father, holed up with his fragile son in a small cleft in the rocks. The storm raging, waves ripping at the sharp black rocks below, and enveloped in my arms. He feels safe, and I'm holding him firmly, trying not to slip. Because if you hold tight enough, nothing will take him. Right?
Τι να σου πω τώρα, ναι. Σώπα μικρό μου, μη μου κλαις. Σώπα.
It's okay, Joel. Oh, don't throw your head, buddy. Don't.
Όχι.
Here we go, bouncing around. Do you like that? Oh, I love your giggle. Bounce around. Is that funny? A bounce, a bounce, a bounce, bounce, bounce. Oh, he won't stop crying.
Πω, δεν μπορώ να φανταστώ τον πόνο που είχε. Το παιχνίδι. Σώπα μικρό μου, έρχεται ο μπαμπάκας. Κάτι πρέπει να κάνουμε εδώ τώρα.
Wonder if he's hungry.
Για να δούμε. Σώπα μικρούλι.
He's screaming louder. Buddy, don't you want juice? He hits the box. I don't catch it.
Και είμαι εγώ, το παιχνίδι έχει τώρα λαγάρι πάλι με και έχει ένα glitch γιατί δεν βλέπω το μωρό.
He drinks it greedily. Big, deep gulps. Okay, Jolie, that's enough. Breathe, kiddo. And he does. And I wipe his face of snot, and tears, and juice. And then he vomits, and I catch it. I always catch it.
Bravo, σου.
I know you're thirsty, buddy, but you'll throw it up. No, don't grab too hard. You'll squirt all the juice out. Here, let me have it.
Μπαίνουμε εδώ. Για κάποιο λόγο δεν μπορούμε να παίξουμε αυτό εδώ το παιχνίδι, αλλά τέλος πάντων. Λοιπόν, εκεί πήγαμε. Βάζουμε το μωρό εδώ, οκ.
It's so late, Joel. Lay down. I can't hold you. I can't make you feel better. Okay, buddy, okay. I'll hold you. Oh, Joel Bug. You look so miserable.
Μόνο που δεν βλέπουν το τίποτα.
Don't hit your head on the bars, Joel. Joel, I know you're mad. Please stop. Please. Stop. I shake. I weep. I pray. I plead. I need peace.
Θεέ μου.
Empty. You are.
Θεέ μου, θα πεθάνει.
You are there. I want you here. I want you to call my son. And you've brought us this far. He's still here, not dead, not there, with you. God, I want him here with me. Please.
Θα τα κατάφερε.
Peace. He sleeps.
Okay.
Thank you.
Κοιμάται στα αλήθεια. Peace be still. Οκ, και εδώ είναι η συνέχεια τώρα, υποθέτω. Αλλά εμείς δεν είδαμε τίποτα στο μωρό.
There's a story in the Bible where Jesus and his disciples are on a boat. and a furious storm hits the sea, and everyone thinks they're gonna die. And where do you think Jesus is? Rowing alongside them? No. He's asleep. In the back of the boat. So his disciples are freaking out and wake him up, and they say, "Don't you care if we drown?" So Jesus gets up, and he says to the storm, "Quiet, be still." And the sea becomes completely calm. Then he asks his disciples why they are so scared, and if they have any faith at all. Like he was frustrated with them. Because even though Jesus said, "Let's go to the other side of the lake," his disciples thought he was gonna just let them die.
Και είμαστε ακόμα τώρα περιστέρι.
Oh, we're in Nevada. We're in Nevada. We're in Nevada. We're in California.
So, now that we're in California, how much longer to San Francisco?
About 3.5 hours, bud.
Oh.
Well, it's 10 a.m. now, so that means you guys can grab one more item from your...
Okay, εδώ. Και εκεί πάνω. Ανέβα εκεί πάνω στις σκάλες.
It's okay. You were a very good, noble, just and true king. But now we have to do it, I suppose.
My first edict as king is we dance like monkeys for 30 minutes.
Maybe like 5 minutes?
Nope, babe. He said 30. We must do what he says.
San Francisco?
Oh. Σταματήστε να κάνετε σαν πυθικάκια.
So Joel died.
Joel died?
Everyone does eventually, I suppose.
Yes, Jesus loves joy. Yes, Jesus loves joy. Yes, Jesus loves joy. La 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 la. He loves Joe so much. Oh, he loves Joe. The Bible tells me so.
Okay, let's πατάγα κλικ τόση ώρα για να...
But more than that, if he does die, will Jesus even care? Will he weep for him as he did for Lazarus? Will he weep for me? I think greater than my fear of death is that of insignificance. Or rather, my default assumption is that my thoughts and passions and loves and the stuff of my being are insignificant. How could the creator of all that is and ever was love my son as he did Lazarus? And could my soul stranded on this blue raft awash in a sea of stars, ice, and dust matter enough to him to turn his hand in mercy?
Αυτό είναι πολύ στενάχωρο.
Jesus wept for Lazarus. 5 minutes later, he raised Lazarus from the dead.
Και τώρα μπορούμε να πάμε πάνω στις σκάλες. Wow. Τι κάνεις? Κοίταξε εδώ.
I'm sorry. I should have known we both end up in the same place. We always do. It just scares me every time. I just really believe he'll be healed. I know you believe too, just when you act like that, I get all unsure.
I don't know that.
What do you mean?
I just hope that. I don't know.
Aww. Τι έχει εδώ μέσα, αλλά είναι λίγο στενάχωρο πάντως που δεν τα κατάφερα μικρός. The Temple of God. Θεέ μου, αυτό είναι τόσο στενάχωρο. Ο Joel. Αντίο μικρέ. Και πηγαίνουμε στο τέλος του παιχνιδιού να μαντέψω. Ότι αυτό πρέπει να είναι το τέλος του chapter, το τέλος του παιχνιδιού. Είναι τόσο στενάχωρο για ένα μικρό παιδί που ήταν 4 χρονών μόνο.
Lord, rise up. My God, come save him. I will not let you go. Bless him. God, come save him.
Δεν το στο καλοκάνι. Πρέπει να παίξω το σωστό πιάνο, αλλά πώς? Περίμενε, πρέπει να παίξω το σωστό πιάνο. Οκ, όπα, κάτι γίνεται τώρα, κάτι γίνεται εδώ τώρα. Wow. Τι γίνεται? Και τι κάνει αυτή η κοτούλα εκεί? Wow. Πού πήγε η κοτούλα?
He was not in the wind. He was not in the earthquake. He was not in the fire. He was here in a gentle whisper.
Τι? Sink at the edge of the world. Business at the end of the world. Νομίζω αυτό θέλω να πει.
So here we are. And the air is emptier without his laugh, and yet our hearts are still full, though with a different drink. And this ride we've been on for so long is silent. So also the Lord. And so we sit here in this new silence, and long for the music to start again, and for the disc to spin again, even if it means going round and round for many more years. For at least we would be moving, and Joel would be laughing here on earth, and not only in heaven. But in this space, I sense his silence is only because he is drawing his breath.
Mm-hmm.
And now we know love and longing, empty and full, all in one room. And I am grateful that we loved him well, and that we miss him well.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that in the Lord's next breath,
mm-hmm.
he will whisper his love song to you, his beloved. Mm-hmm. And that you will know him differently and more deeply. But now, you grieve in silence, yet not without his presence.
Αυτό είναι απλώς στενάχωρο. Θέλω να σταματήσω, θέλω να το τερματίσω.
I remember you. You made it too. I'm glad you're here. I love it here. I bet you have liked it too. Look at all these pancakes. Did you ever see pancakes like this? They're big as me. A big one is for me. A little one is for my dog. I always wanted a dog, and now I got one. I even got to name it. Manju.
Τι είναι αυτό?
Whoa, bubbles?
Oh.
I love bubbles.
Εγώ νομίζω ότι αυτό ήταν κάτι.
Look, I can catch one. Come here, Manju. Have another pancake.
Και ο μικρός τρώει. Απλά πρέπει να σταματήσουμε.
I can eat wherever I want. I never fall.
Sorry για αυτό, παιδιά, αλλά η μαμά δεν θέλει να δει τι κάνει. Αυτό ήταν όλο. Thank you for playing. For Joe even green. Ω, Θεέ μου. Είναι associated with. Ω, Θεέ μου. Κοίτα εδώ το μικρόχλι. Ryan Green και Amy Green. Ήταν σαν αληθινή ζωή κιόλας. Θεέ μου, ήταν πραγματικά σαν αληθινή ζωή κι αυτή κιόλας. Εγώ που νόμιζα ότι ήταν σε ένα παιχνίδι, αλλά όλες αυτές οι ζωγραφιές και όλα αυτά τα γράμματα, εγώ αυτό το ήξερα ότι ήταν από αληθινούς ανθρώπους, αλλά εγώ αυτό δεν το ήξερα ότι τα είχαν και σε αληθινή ζωή. Αυτό είναι απλώς στενάχωρο. Και μου θυμίζει και τη δική μου γιαγιά που αυτή δεν πέθανε από καρκίνο, αλλά με τον παππού μου, ναι, και θυμόμουν τις δυσκολίες που περνάγαμε στο νεκροταφείο. Κοίτα εδώ. Κρίμα. Απλώς κρίμα. Κοίτα εδώ. Special thanks. Και αυτοί θα πρέπει να είναι YouTubers, οι άνθρωποι που δουλέψαν σκληρά για όλο αυτό. Κοίτα. Είναι πραγματικά στενάχωρο. Κοίτα που παίζανε και τα λογάκια. Voice actors Ryan Green. Πολύ Greens ήτανε. Parton Saint. Parton of the Arts. Wow, κοίταξε πόσοι σχεδιαστές. Kickstarter. Και από το Kickstarter, είναι πραγματικά όλο στενάχωρο. Kickstarter, Baxter. Κοίτα πόσοι άνθρωποι δούλεψαν τόσο σκληρά γι' αυτό. Είναι πραγματικά στενάχωρο. Και νιώθω πραγματικά χάρη για όλους τους ανθρώπους που χάσανε φίλους έτσι, όχι μόνο από τον κορονοϊό, αλλά ειδικά και για τον καρκίνο, γιατί είναι πραγματικά στενάχωρο όλο αυτό, να χάνεις κάποιον από καρκίνο. Αλλά χαίρομαι τουλάχιστον που το τελειώσαμε. Και ήταν πολύ στενάχωρο και ωραίο παιχνίδι, πρέπει να πω, αλλά πιο πολύ ήταν στενάχωρο για όλα αυτά τα γράμματα και για όλα αυτά τα τα χαρτιά που γράφανε για ανθρώπους που λέγανε για το πόσο καλοί άνθρωποι ήταν και τι πεθάνανε έτσι άδικα. Πόσοι άνθρωποι, τόσοι πολλοί άνθρωποι είναι. Και εδώ στο Kickstart πόσοι άνθρωποι. The end. Και αυτό ήταν όλο, υποθέτω. Ω Θεέ μου, ήταν πραγματικά στενάχωρο όλο αυτό εκεί στο τέλος. Ήταν πραγματικά στενάχωρο όλο αυτό εκεί στο τέλος. Αλλά μου όλα τελειώσανε τώρα και χαίρομαι γι' αυτό. Αλλά και πάλι είμαι στεναχωρημένος. Ήταν πραγματικά στενάχωρο παιχνίδι αυτό. Και δεν ήθελα να κάνω ανθρώπους έτσι να στεναχωριέστε τώρα για μένα, αλλά να στεναχωριέστε για αυτούς που αγαπάτε και που λατρεύατε. Εγώ πάντως θέλω εσείς πάντα να είστε χαρούμενοι και ευτυχισμένοι και να νοιάζεστε για αυτούς που ακόμα και έχουν καρκίνο, και αυτοί που έχουν ακόμα καρκίνο να νοιάζεστε πιο πολύ και να τους προστατεύετε και να καταφέρετε να τους σώσετε, αλλιώς δεν θα είναι εύκολο, γιατί ο καρκίνος είναι πραγματικά μια δύσκολη αρρώστια και ο παππούς μου εμένα δεν τα κατάφερε και πήγε στο νοσοκομείο, έκαναν ό,τι μπορούσαν, αλλά ο καρκίνος ήταν πολύ δυνατός. Αλλά η γιαγιά μου και για τον άλλο μου παππού, αυτοί οι δύο δεν είχαν πεθάνει από καρκίνο όπως σας είχα πει, αλλά τουλάχιστον πεθάνανε, τουλάχιστον δεν έχουν πεθάνει από καρκίνο, αυτό πρέπει να πω. Δεν ξέρω τώρα τι άλλο να πω, απλώς είμαι λίγο στενάχωρος γι' αυτό τώρα. Αλλά όλα τελειώνουν μέχρι εδώ και πάλι ευχαριστώ πολύ που ήσασταν μαζί μου, παιδιά. Και επίσης η ώρα τώρα είναι 8 και 26, αλλά δεν με πειράζει. Αλλά τέλος πάντων, μην ξεχάσετε να βάλετε μια εγγραφή και να αλλάξει αυτό εδώ το βίντεο, παιδιά, γιατί ήταν πολύ στενάχωρο τώρα αυτό. Δεν ξέρω τι άλλο θα παίξω. Δεν ξέρω τι άλλο θα παίξω αύριο, την άλλη εβδομάδα, τώρα δεν ξέρω. Αλλά με ευχαριστώ πάλι πάντως που ήσασταν μαζί μου, παιδιά. Και πάντοτε θα σας δω στο επόμενο βίντεο. Γεια σας!